So we'll start over here with Miss Vicky. Rockstar physical education teacher. Her counterpart is not here tonight, Sharon, but Sharon is her counterpart, Miss Sharon. And then our kindergarten team, Kathy Gonzalez or Miss G. Jennifer Zeitler or Miss Jennifer. Anna Ing or Miss Ing. Our first grade team, Rachel Goulet or Miss Goulet. Her teaching partner this year, Sarah Hedges. I'm sorry, Sarah Hedges, Miss Hedges. Jennifer Gray or Miss Gray. New to our staff, and we stole her from Bullis. If you know anything about Bullis. Nancy Barlow or Miss Barlow. Our second grade team, Michelle Tang or Miss Tang. Megan Winslow or Miss Winslow. Rylan Stewart or Rylan. It's not Miss, but I make that mistake every day. It's Rylan. Our third grade team, Beth Stoddard or Miss Stoddard. Sabrina Oyola or Miss Oyola. New to our staff, but not new to teaching, former NASA employee, Mr. Wickman, or Greg Wickman, or Mr. Wickman. Moving on up to fourth grade this year, Angie Carey, or Miss Carey. And I look at you, Linda, and Linda Berger. There the mind went, or Miss Berger. Our esteemed PBL coach, George Garcia, or Mr. Garcia. And our incredible library media assistant, Helen Lutke, or Miss Helen. Okay, only went blank on one name. And of course, behind the scenes, I have Miss Joni, I have Angel, who's somewhere around here, our custodial staff, Miss Cindy, Miss Leanne in the office, so many of our para-educators, and some of them are probably in the audience. Is Miss Lily here? Lily Mayer. Where's Lily? She recently joined our staff. Yeah, so I just want to, again, give it up to my incredible staff. They are the ones that do the hard work. And I know that, so kindergarten first, second grade, you did your presentation, so thank you so much for being here tonight. You may leave, and our third and fourth grade teachers, you may leave and go prepare, so thank you. So also what makes this school great are all the programs that are going on behind the scenes and in front of the scenes that enrich the program. And one of them is Project Cornerstone, which Therese Inkman has been running, and I would like Therese to come up and just say a few words. This is an incredible program that is working on developing the social emotional needs of our students.
Hi, my name is Therese Inkman, and I have a son in second grade in Ryland's, even though we call her Miss Ryland, in Ryland's class, and then I'll have a kindergartner next year coming in, my daughter Alia. So I just want to ask some of you to please raise your hand if you like to read to children. Raise your hand high.
I know she's doing it.
Okay, oh, lots of hands. Keep them up. Those of you with your hands up, do you think you could spare 3 hours a month reading to children? Yes, that's what I like to hear. Okay, so if you answered yes, then we would love to invite you to be a volunteer for Project Cornerstone. So Project Cornerstone, what it is it is a program that gives our entire school community, from principal to student, a shared vocabulary and collective strategies for dealing with difficult situations both in and out of school. And how do we do that? Each month, volunteers read a program book and lead a discussion teaching life skills and tools that help build a more caring school climate. The program gives students a safe and caring place to talk about their feelings, experiences, and concerns. And the theme this year is empathy. And I loved it that the second grade theme, too, they talked about this year they're really working on kindness. And I was like, all right, there we go, perfect. So what we do too as the volunteers with this program is we take that theme of empathy and we talk to the teachers and say, how can we put that into what you're already doing? And it just fits in brilliantly. It's no work or no effort. Most of the books they've already read or they've heard about it, so it's wonderful. One of the books that we will be starting off with is Friends to the End for Kids. So if you haven't heard of this book, this will be our first book that we're kicking off with next month. And then I just wanted to ask those, I see some familiar faces, if you have already volunteered and are going to volunteer again, if you could please stand up. And Miss Shyla, Miss Nikki, who else? I see Carrie there, you can't miss her. Oh, Vitali's still here, thank you. So those that are sort of standing or waving, you can also talk to them, talk about their experience. Initially, you'll do a 90-minute training to learn how to be a volunteer in this program, and then we just ask that you come to a 30-minute training about the book each month, and then you coordinate with the teacher and you read the book and do an exercise or an activity each month then with the students, and they love it. All of these volunteers can attest they've met so many students, and now all the students know them and come up and talk to them, and they're just another adult to look to when things get difficult, and someone to come and talk to. And so I thank all of the volunteers. I thank Ms. Camster for having the program here. It really is an incredible program to enrich already what's happening. So if you are interested, I've got forms right behind over there. There's a table. You can pick up a form. You can email me, and we can talk about it more. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Can we give Teresa a huge round of applause? And if you're not sure and you want to attend the training and see what it's about, you can do that. And those dates will get out to you via email. So our next program that is last year, this is our garden. Last year, if you stopped by the garden, you would have seen a plot of land that was scruffy, scraggly, and a little bit, I use the word creepy. We did a lot of work under the coordination of our teacher, Jennifer Zeitler. Jennifer has put her heart and soul, her weekends, her nights, everything into this garden, along with her compadres that I'm going to let her introduce, and they're going to talk about the garden and next steps.
I've already been introduced, so I'm going to pass it on to the other people on here. So again, my name is Jennifer Zeitler, and I'm the garden teacher liaison for the school.
Okay, my name is Mint Pasakdi. I'm going to be a garden coordinator for kindergarten and also second grade. And for each classroom, we're looking for at least one docent, which will help teach in the garden, and also one helper that help to make sure that our kids enjoy lesson in the garden.
Hi, my name is Karen Gorder, and I'm a parent here at Central Park. My daughter's in first grade in Miss Goulette's class, and I will be serving as a co-coordinator for the garden this year. And we are so excited to be launching the program this year. Our program is based off of Next Generation Science Standards, which aims to teach our children core science concepts and also to help develop better understanding of the scientific process by them practicing developing ideas and retesting their ideas. In addition to that, we want to develop their greater ability to comprehend scientific evidence. And best of all, it's a hands-on learning experience. And we really need parent support to help this program come into fruition. So thank you for your support.
Hi, I'm Kim Hunter. I've been helping Jennifer put the seed in the garden right from the start. And I don't have a student here, but I love this school and I love Jennifer. So I'm here while my students are not. And just so that, to be clear, if you're a full-time working parent and you don't have time during the week and you still are like, ooh, I want a garden, please, we love that enthusiasm. And if you don't know anything about gardening, please come to our work parties, and we'll have those on the blog, on the website, so just stay tuned.
I'm Bob Brown. I'm chairman of the board of Sustainable Community Gardens, which is a nonprofit that oversaw Full Circle Farm that you might all know about. That just recently closed down. And also our other project is Sunnyvale Community Garden right behind Sunnyvale City Hall. And we volunteered, I say we, there's another board member to assist Jennifer to build the soil up, because that's one of the key elements to a good garden is nutrient-rich soil. And it can also be a platform to teach biology and environmental studies.
I want to introduce one more person that's in our audience and is also a district staff member, Peter Ott. Pete, if you could come up or wave. Oh, there he is. So Pete was instrumental in coming and doing all sorts of things with our garden. He helped to level the area so that we could get a container in that's holding all of our garden supplies. He created a safe path for us to go through the garden, help with just general cleanup, fixing the beds, all sorts of things. So, oh, and getting water to the garden, critical feature. So Pete, we can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. He's way in the back in the blue. Thank you to our garden committee. And please take time tonight to go back and visit the garden. And we also have a table over here with more information. We really hope we are going to need parent docents to help out with the lessons. The lessons are extremely easy, friendly, clear, so you don't need to be nervous about that. So we hope you will sign up for those. All right, next we have our incredible PTA, our Parent Teacher Association. Again, last year we were just getting our PTA going. This has been rigorous work. I do want to first acknowledge our first founding president, Terry Flora. Is Terry here? Terry, thank you so much for all of your work getting our PTA going last year. And the reins were handed over to Kimberly Williams, and I'm going to hand the mic to her, and we're going to have our first official PTA meeting of the year.
Thank you. Okay, so we're not only going to have our first official PTA Association meeting of the year, it's going to be the fastest one because we have about 9 minutes. And we have some really important voting that we do need to get done so that we can get these programs off the ground. So, working from the agenda, and so it was emailed out. There's also copies in the back if anyone feels compelled to go and review the attachments. But basically, we're going to table the voting on the minutes from the last spring meeting because we are low on time. But I did want to let you know that many of you saw that we had an open board position open due to the resignation of our fabulous treasurer, Allison. So we will miss her, but we are really happy that our secretary, Daisha, stepped in to be treasurer. So the board ratified her by a vote unanimously, of course. So we put her straight to work. And then the other thing that I wanted to update you on is that we did have a couple of candidates who put their names forward for the Oprah secretary position, and the board was able to vote today to confirm Jennifer Brickman as our new board secretary. And we put her straight to work too. So thank you. As always, PTA relies on parent volunteers. You will be hearing from us about board elections a little bit later in the year, but for now we're going to get to the business of getting our programs off the ground. So the first thing that we are going to do is go through our programs for the year. So these are things that we bucket them out. There are social events like Back to School Social, the Fall Festival, the Multicultural Festival. There are classroom support activities like grade level field trips, Scholastic Book Fair, educational assemblies. There's community building, which we do through activities like the yearbook, food booths at events, community education, and support, of course, for Newton, our school chameleon. Staff support for our staff appreciation luncheons. There's fundraising for like the Codathon, the Art and Wine Festival parking fundraiser, which is coming up very, very soon. We also do box tops and rebates and dining for dollars, all to raise funds to help support our students in the classroom. And then we do have some administration costs as well for just PTA board member training, capital equipment, and service awards. So, does anybody want to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda and as well as the proposed programs.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Terry. All right. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you. All right, and I'm going to give it to Daisha to present our budget.
All right, Kimberly gave you an idea of a lot of the programs that we have planned. So we made a budget to support those programs. As you know, this year we did a direct donation fundraiser to bring funds into the PTA that we can then dole out to the school in a much easier way than they can manage their own budget because they have to go through the school district to get them passed out to teachers. So the big items in our budget are really the field trips for the kids and money to go into the classrooms to help the teachers buy the equipment and supplies that they need to do project-based learning and STEAM projects. So those are the two really big items that we have for expenses in our budget. The budget's posted, so if you want to look at the details, it's in the office window. There's also copies in the back, so help yourself if you want to scrutinize the details, and I'll be happy to talk to you about them. It's also on the website, she says.
Yes, we are trying to post a lot of these documents on the school website under the Parents tab under PTA. So if you're ever curious, feel free to take a look. Do we have a motion to pass our budget for the year? Thank you. So the whole, make a motion, say it loud.
Make a motion to approve the
Is there a second? Okay, Shailesh? David's our second. Okay, all those in favor of passing the budget for the 2017-2018 academic year, say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you, we're almost done.
And then the final item is to release funds for the things we just approved in the budget so that we can actually write checks against them. So if you have a copy of the agenda, there's a long list of the funds that are getting released, which is basically most of the things in the budget. So we need a motion to release the funds as listed in the agenda.
Anyone wants to make a motion?
Motion to release the funds.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you, Terry.
And a second? Mindy, thank you.
Thank you.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passes.
We do have one more, which is very simple. It's about cash boxes. So we just have an additional release of funds just to make sure that we have cash boxes at whenever we do food sales or do t-shirt sales. They are not to exceed $200 per event. And then we also want authorization for a cash box for the Scholastic Book Fair, which is obviously coming up. So can I get a motion to approve cash boxes for those two events as listed in the agenda? This is fun, guys. This is Robert's Rules. Can I hear it? Say it out loud. No, really? Okay, so Lisa made a motion. Everyone heard her, right? Do I have a second? Thank you. All those in favor of releasing funds for cash boxes as listed in the agenda, say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Congratulations. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you to our executive board. All right, one thing I forgot to mention, our esteemed PBL coach, George, Mr. Garcia, has some design challenges set up in the makerspace for parents that if you've already seen your student's presentation tonight, you are welcome to go in. Also to go, yeah, I think the library's closed. All right, never mind that. All right, we are going to, say that again? Library's open. Okay, you can go visit. Miss Helen has some things going on in the library as well. All right, and we are going to close with Miss Vicki. Can you come and close us out? Also, again, please make sure you visit the garden, the Project Cornerstone table, and third grade is going to be in the cafeteria.
All right, so Ms. Hamster gave me the privilege of ending tonight, and so I want to do an activity with you. So I want to do an icebreaker with you. So I know that we have places to go. We have 3rd and 4th grade presentation library and Mr. Garcia. So I'm going to try to coach you through this so that we do it as fast as we can. Okay? So this game is an opportunity to get connected to each other fast. And it's called the clap game. And Ms. Kamstra, will you hold the mic so I can demonstrate?
So, we're gonna, come on, Miss Tang! Hey, can everybody hear my voice? Of course, right? Come on over here, Miss Tang. So we're gonna start on this end. We're gonna end with the PTA. President, right there, raise your hand. We're gonna see how fast we can go, okay? But I'm gonna demonstrate with Miss Tang real quick. So eye contact. I'm gonna give a clap. She's gonna eye contact, and then she's gonna turn and give a clap, eye contact, and it's gonna keep going. And we're gonna try to do, don't intimidate the person. Don't intimidate her, okay? Everybody stand up.
I think only one person.
One more thing, please note we have a table over here with our one-on-one basketball, and these folks are going to be, our school site council last year approved one-on-one basketball, $5,000 out of our targeted funds to work during recess time, playing games with kids teaching sports. They're also here as an after-school program that you can sign up with. They're also going to be doing some demonstrations, I think, next week with our kids, so check them out before you leave.